Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful, something that will shift the way you approach every challenge, every confrontation, every moment of doubt. Silence. Yes, silence. In a world that thrives on noise, on shouting, on endless streams of opinions, silence is your secret weapon. Oh! Silence is not weakness, it's strength under control. It's the ability to step back, hold your ground, and let the storm rage around you while you remain unshaken. It's the power to listen when others are speaking, to think when others are reacting, and to choose when others are flailing. When you stay silent in the face of chaos, you confuse them. You baffle the doubters, the critics, the naysayers. They expect you to react, to engage, to fight back. But when you choose silence, you don't give them what they want. You give them what they fear most. A reminder that you're in control, that you're operating on a level they can't reach. Silence doesn't mean doing nothing. It's a pause, a deliberate moment to gather your energy, sharpen your focus, and align with your purpose. It's the space where clarity is born and decisions are made. And when you finally do speak, your words carry the weight of wisdom and intention. Imagine walking into a room where everyone's trying to prove themselves, to outshine, to dominate the conversation. And there you are, calm, composed, watching, learning, calculating. That's the kind of presence that commands respect. That's the kind of silence that speaks louder than words. So the next time you feel the urge to defend yourself, to react impulsively, stop. Take a deep breath. Hold your silence. Let your actions, your vision, and your results do the talking. Because at the end of the day, it's not about convincing others. It's about proving to yourself that you're in charge of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, embrace the power of your silence. Confuse them, inspire them, but most importantly, stay true to your mission. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs leaders who understand the profound impact of saying nothing and doing everything. End of chapter 15. Silence is one of the most underestimated forces in human interaction. It is often mistaken for weakness or passivity, but in reality, silence carries a depth of power that words often cannot match. When used intentionally, silence can become a tool of influence, control, and even transformation. It is a deliberate act, a choice to withhold verbal reactions in favor of observation, reflection, and poise. Silence is not the absence of thought or emotion. It is the presence of purpose and restraint. In a world where noise dominates every space, silence is rare and therefore striking. People are conditioned to fill every gap with sound, explanations, justifications, arguments, or distractions. This relentless need to speak often stems from insecurity, the fear of being misunderstood, or the desire to assert oneself. But silence disrupts that rhythm. It commands attention without demanding it. It exudes confidence, a quiet assurance that speaks volumes without uttering a word. When you embrace silence, you project an image of self-mastery and strength that few can ignore. Imagine standing in a heated conversation. Voices are raised, emotions are flaring, and everyone is scrambling to dominate the discussion. Now picture yourself in the middle of it, silent, observing, and unshaken. Your silence sends a message. You are not swayed by the chaos around you. You are not a puppet of your emotions, nor are you at the mercy of external pressures. This kind of composure confuses people. They expect reactions, arguments, and defenses, but your silence disrupts their expectations, forcing them to question their assumptions about you and the situation. Silence is not just about withholding words. It is about using the space between words to create impact. It allows you to listen more intently, to truly understand what is being said and what is not. It gives you the upper hand because most people listen to respond, not to understand. But in your silence, you gather insights, read between the lines, and pick up on nuances that others miss. This heightened awareness becomes your strength, enabling you to respond strategically rather than impulsively. Furthermore, silence creates an aura of mystery. When you do not reveal everything, when you choose not to explain or justify yourself at every turn, you maintain an element of intrigue. People are drawn to what they cannot fully understand, and your silence makes you unpredictable. This unpredictability is a form of power because it keeps others guessing, unable to anticipate your next move. In this way, silence shifts the balance of control in your favor. Silence also gives you time. Time to think, to evaluate, and to align your response with your goals. Words spoken in haste often lead to regret, but silence gives you the luxury of clarity. It prevents you from reacting emotionally and ensures that when you do speak, your words carry weight. They are deliberate and impactful, cutting through the noise with precision. Moreover, silence can be a mirror. When you withhold your voice, it forces others to confront their own. It creates a space where people are left with their thoughts, their emotions, and their interpretations. This can be disarming, even unsettling for those who are not accustomed to introspection. It compels them to fill the void you've created, often revealing more about themselves than they intended. In this way, silence becomes a tool for understanding others on a deeper level. Choosing silence is not about avoiding conflict or shirking responsibility. It is about mastering yourself and the moment. It is about knowing when to speak and when to let your silence do the talking. It is about recognizing that sometimes the most profound statements are made without uttering a single word. When you confuse them with your silence, you don't just leave an impression, you leave an impact. You show that true power doesn't always need to be loud. It can be quiet, steady, and undeniable. Silence, when wielded with intention, is not a void. It is a force, a strategy, and a declaration of strength. Strength is often misunderstood. People tend to associate it with loudness, with physical power, or with dominating presence. But true strength doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need to demand attention or validation. True strength lies in the ability to remain silent, to hold back when the world pushes you to react, and to stand firm without the need for external acknowledgement. When you confuse them with your silence, you demonstrate strength in its most refined and commanding form. Silence, in the context of strength, is not about weakness or submission. It's about control. It's about mastering your emotions, your impulses, and your reactions. It takes immense inner fortitude to remain silent when every fiber of your being wants to shout, explain, or defend. The instinct to speak, to justify, or to assert is natural, but strength lies in overcoming that instinct. It lies in choosing silence not out of fear, but out of confidence in your position, your actions, and your purpose. When faced with challenges or criticism, silence is a powerful response. Most people expect confrontation. They expect you to argue back, to explain yourself, to prove them wrong. But when you remain silent, it throws them off balance. They are left questioning their assumptions, their strategies, and even their understanding of you. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting their own insecurities and uncertainties. This confusion is not a sign of their weakness, it's a testament to your strength. Strength through silence is also about endurance. It's about being able to withstand the pressure to conform, to react, or to engage on someone else's terms. It's easy to get pulled into arguments or distractions. But staying silent requires discipline. It's the discipline to stay focused on what truly matters, to rise above petty disputes, and to keep your energy directed toward your goals. In this way, silence becomes a shield, protecting you from unnecessary conflict and preserving your inner peace. There's a calmness that comes with this kind of strength. It's the calmness of knowing that your worth is not determined by others' opinions, nor is your value diminished by their criticisms. Silence communicates that calmness. It says, without words, I know who I am. I don't need to prove it to you. This level of self-assurance is rare, and it commands respect. People are drawn to those who exude quiet confidence because it is a strength that cannot be shaken by external forces. Strength in silence also lies in the ability to listen. While others are speaking, arguing, or trying to dominate the conversation, the silent person is listening, absorbing, and understanding. This is not passivity, it's strategic. By staying silent, you gain clarity. You gather information, recognize patterns, and uncover truths that others miss in their haste to be heard. In fact, listening is a form of strength because it shows that you are secure enough to let others speak without feeling the need to interrupt or overpower. There is also strength in restraint. It's easy to lash out when provoked, to say things in the heat of the moment that you might regret later. But silence gives you the power to pause, to think, and to act deliberately. It ensures that your actions and words are aligned with your values and goals. This kind of self-control is rare, and it sets you apart from those who act impulsively. Silence, when coupled with strength, becomes an enigma. It leaves people wondering about your thoughts, your intentions, and your motivations. This mystery is a form of influence. It keeps people intrigued, and in many cases, it forces them to reconsider their own approach. They realize that strength doesn't have to be loud to be effective, and this realization often inspires a deep sense of respect. Especially in business, the leader should accept the fact that they have no opinions, that they do not have strength. And this realization often inspires a deep sense of respect. And when you confuse them with your silence, you embody a strength that speaks louder than words ever could. It's a strength that comes from within, rooted in self-awareness, self-discipline, and unshakable confidence. It's a strength that doesn't need to prove itself because it's evident in every silent moment, every calm response, and every unspoken truth. Silence, when wielded with strength, is a force that cannot be ignored, and it leaves an impact that lingers long after the moment has passed. Control is a profound aspect of silence, and it's what transforms it from mere absence of sound into a powerful statement. When you confuse them with your silence, it is control that lies at the heart of your strength. Control over your emotions, your impulses, and your reactions allows you to wield silence as a deliberate and effective tool. This is not passive inaction, but a conscious choice to govern your inner state and the energy you project outward. The essence of control in silence is self-mastery. It's the ability to pause, to take a breath, and to resist the urge to respond to provocation or pressure. Most people react instinctively, driven by emotion or the need to assert themselves. But true control means choosing your response, or choosing not to respond at all. Silence in this sense becomes a form of leadership over your own thoughts and actions. It demonstrates that you are not at the mercy of external events, but are instead the architect of your own behavior. When you maintain control through silence, you disrupt the expectations of others. People are conditioned to expect verbal reactions, defensiveness, explanations, arguments. When those reactions don't come, it creates a sense of uncertainty in them. Your silence forces them to pause, to question, and to reevaluate their assumptions. They wonder about your thoughts, your intentions, and your next move. This confusion is not a sign of their failure, but a reflection of your mastery over the moment. By staying silent, you take control of the dynamic, shifting the focus from their words to your presence. Control in silence also means commanding your energy. Speaking, especially in high stakes or emotional situations, requires energy, mental, emotional, and physical. By choosing silence, you conserve that energy, redirecting it toward what truly matters. This discipline ensures that you don't waste your efforts on battles that don't serve your larger goals. Instead, you remain focused, grounded, and intentional in everything you do. This focus is empowering and it amplifies the impact of your eventual actions or words. The ability to remain silent also requires a deep level of emotional control. It's natural to feel anger, frustration, or the desire to defend yourself when faced with criticism or provocation. But silence allows you to rise above those immediate emotions. It creates a space where you can process your feelings without being ruled by them. This emotional control not only strengthens your position, but also communicates a sense of stability to those around you. It shows that you are not easily rattled and that you operate from a place of thoughtfulness rather than reactivity. In relationships and interactions, silence paired with control can be transformative. It allows you to listen deeply, to observe without judgment, and to truly understand the dynamics at play. This understanding gives you a strategic advantage because it enables you to act from a place of clarity. While others may be caught up in the chaos of their own emotions or arguments, your silence sets you apart as someone who is deliberate, composed, and unshakable. Control through silence is also about timing. It's not about remaining silent forever, but about knowing when to speak and when to hold back. The timing of your words can dramatically impact their effectiveness. When you've maintained silence, your eventual words carry more weight because they are seen as thoughtful and intentional. This timing creates a sense of authority and influence that cannot be achieved through constant talking. In silence, there is an undeniable strength that stems from control. It's the strength to remain centered in the face of chaos, to resist the pull of impulsive reactions, and to maintain focus on your goals. This control confuses those who expect noise, drama, or confrontation. It leaves them questioning their own approach and often compels them to respect your composure. When you confuse them with your silence, you are not simply withholding words. You are exercising power. You are demonstrating that control over oneself is the ultimate form of freedom and the foundation of true influence. This level of control is rare, and it is what makes silence so impactful. It is a statement of confidence, resilience, and purpose, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful voice is the one that chooses not to speak. Focus is the cornerstone of achieving clarity and impact in any situation, and silence is one of the most powerful ways to cultivate and demonstrate focus. When you confuse them with your silence, you are not merely refraining from speaking, you are channeling your energy and attention into something far more significant. Silence allows you to strip away the distractions, tune out the noise, and zero in on what truly matters. In a world dominated by endless chatter, focus is a rare and highly valuable skill. Most people are quick to react, eager to speak, and desperate to be heard. This constant rush often leads to fragmented thoughts and impulsive decisions. But silence, on the other hand, creates a space for stillness, a space where focus can thrive. When you remain silent, you are not just withholding words. You are redirecting your mental energy toward observation, analysis, and understanding. This deliberate attention gives you an edge over those who waste their focus on meaningless arguments or impulsive reactions. Silence provides an opportunity to listen actively and observe deeply. When you focus during moments of silence, you notice details that others might miss. You catch the subtle shifts in tone, the unsaid words, and the emotions behind the words. This heightened awareness gives you a comprehensive understanding of the situation, empowering you to make decisions that are thoughtful and strategic. While others are busy trying to dominate the conversation, your silence gives you the advantage of clarity. With silence, focus becomes a tool for controlling your thoughts. Instead of allowing your mind to be pulled in multiple directions by external stimuli, silence lets you center yourself. It is in these quiet moments that you can assess your priorities, align your actions with your goals, and determine your next steps. This inner clarity radiates outward, projecting an aura of confidence and control. So that inner clarity radiates outward, projecting an aura of confidence and control. People may not understand your silence, but they will feel its power. It confuses them because it shows that you are not scattered or reactionary. You are deliberate and composed. Focus through silence also teaches patience. It trains you to resist the urge to speak immediately and instead take the time to process your thoughts. This patience is invaluable in decision making, as it ensures that your actions are calculated and aligned with your values. Silence allows you to step back, see the bigger picture, and respond only when it truly adds value. This level of restraint and focus is rare, and it sets you apart as someone who operates with intention and purpose. Furthermore, silence as a tool for focus helps you conserve your energy. Speaking often drains mental and emotional resources, especially in high-pressure situations. By choosing silence, you redirect that energy toward maintaining your composure and sharpening your awareness. This conservation of energy is not only efficient, but also empowering. It enables you to stay grounded, even in the face of chaos, and to approach challenges with a clear and steady mind. When you confuse them with your silence, you also shift the dynamic of the interaction. Your focused silence demands attention because it stands in stark contrast to the noise around you. It forces others to pause, to question, and to reflect. They may misinterpret your silence as indifference or hesitation, but in reality, it is your way of asserting control. It shows that you are fully present, fully aware, and fully in command of yourself. Focus through silence also extends to your long-term goals. By choosing not to engage in every conversation or argument, you free up mental and emotional space to concentrate on what truly matters. Silence helps you filter out distractions and stay aligned with your larger vision. It allows you to invest your time and energy where it will have the most impact, rather than getting caught up in trivial or reactive exchanges. Discipline is the foundation of silence and the key to using it effectively. When you confuse them with your silence, it is your discipline that enables you to maintain composure, hold back unnecessary words, and act with purpose. Discipline transforms silence from passive inaction into a deliberate strategy, a sign of strength and self-mastery that few can emulate. It is through discipline that silence becomes a tool for clarity, influence, and personal power. In a world that rewards instant reactions and constant noise, remaining silent requires tremendous discipline. It is not natural for most people to resist the urge to respond to provocation or to fill uncomfortable gaps in conversations. Speaking can feel like a release, a way to express emotions, assert control, or win approval. But true discipline lies in resisting that temptation. It is the ability to pause, to hold back, and to choose silence, even when every part of you wants to speak. This level of restraint confuses people because it defies expectations. It shows that you are not controlled by emotions or impulses, but are operating from a place of intentionality. Discipline through silence is also about consistency. It's not about choosing silence once in a while. It's about making it a habitual response in situations where words would serve no purpose or create unnecessary complications. This consistency requires practice. You train yourself to observe, reflect, and prioritize before engaging in speech. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and your silence evolves into a powerful aspect of your identity. Others begin to notice your poise and steadiness, qualities that are rooted in your disciplined approach to communication. Silence as an act of discipline is not just about refraining from speaking, it is about managing your internal state. It requires you to control your emotions, thoughts, and reactions. When someone criticizes you, provokes you, or pressures you, your instinct might be to defend yourself or retaliate. But discipline allows you to rise above those instincts. It gives you the strength to process your emotions internally without letting them dictate your actions. This internal control is what makes your silence so impactful. It signals to others that you are not easily rattled, that you are in control of yourself and the situation. Another aspect of discipline through silence is patience. Remaining silent often means waiting for the right moment to speak, for more information to emerge, or for emotions to settle. This patience can be uncomfortable, especially when you feel the pressure to act quickly or assert yourself. But discipline teaches you that timing is everything. It ensures that when you do speak, your words carry weight and meaning. This patience confuses others because it stands in stark contrast to the impulsiveness they expect. Discipline also strengthens your focus, which is critical in moments of silence. When you choose not to speak, you are free to direct your attention inward or toward observing the situation. This focused attention allows you to gain insights, recognize patterns, and make decisions that are informed and intentional. Discipline keeps your focus sharp, preventing you from being distracted by irrelevant noise or superficial concerns. Maintaining silence through discipline also preserves your energy. Speaking, especially in high pressure or emotional situations, can be draining. It often involves defending, justifying, or arguing, all of which consume mental and emotional resources. Silence, on the other hand, conserves that energy. It allows you to remain calm and composed, channeling your energy toward understanding, strategizing, and ultimately acting in a way that aligns with your goals. And when you confuse them with your silence, you are demonstrating a level of discipline that commands respect. It shows that you are not reacting impulsively, but are acting with purpose and control. This confuses people because it is so rare. Most are accustomed to immediate responses and predictable behaviors. Your disciplined silence disrupts their expectations and leaves a lasting impression.